Welcome back to my channel, JFS Programming Tutorial. This channel is for students who want to learn Java. So in this channel right now, I have started the module of pattern programming where I have done various programmings on patterns. So I highly recommend you to watch my previous video so that your basics remain clear. So let us move to our today's pattern. Now, before moving to our today's pattern, I would recommend you to like and subscribe my channel and share among your friends. So let us look at our today's pattern now. So this is our today's pattern. Now, as you can see that it is also a combination of row and column. So as in our earlier videos, I have told you that whenever we have the pattern which is a combination of row and column, we convert our pattern into the matrix form to get the clear idea of the value of rows and column. So let us convert our pattern into the matrix form and understand the concept, and then we will move to the coding part. Now you can see that I have converted my pattern to the matrix form. If we observe that our today's column consists of 5 rows and 9 columns. So this pattern is not of square form. That is, the number of rows is not equal to the number of columns. See, in every row we have different sets of stars. See, for the second row we are printing the stars up to the third column, and for the fourth row we are printing the stars to the column number 7. So except the first row, we have different sets of stars for the every other row. So this pattern is not of square form. If we have a closer look in this pattern, starting from the first row, we will see certain series that is being followed from the row number 2. So if you observe that if we are in the second row, then we are having a extra star in the column 3. That is, we are printing up to the row 3. That is, we are printing up to column number 2, and then we are having an extra star at column number 3. Similarly, if we are looking at our column number 5, then we are printing the stars up to the column number 5. You can see, and then we are printing 4 more stars at column number 6, 7, 8, 9. So in order to deal with such pattern where the columns are different with the row number, we have to establish a relation between the row and the column. So let us try to establish a relation between row and column. So in order to generalize our pattern, we will go step by step. So if we have a row as 1, let us donate it with I, and let us donate our column COL as J. So for first row we are printing 1 star, that is this one. For the second row we are printing 2 stars plus 1. For the third row we are printing 3 stars plus 2, right? So similarly, for the fourth row, we are printing the 4 stars plus 3 more extra stars. And for the fifth row, we are printing 5 stars plus the 4 more extra stars. So how to establish a relation? So if we observe the series for the second row onwards, 1 star is being printed, then 2 more star, then for the fourth 3. So this part, that is the part that are being incremented, is this portion. We are having certain series, one incremented by 1, then by 2, then by 3, and then by 4. So in the very first row, there is no increment, so we can say that we are incrementing here by 0, right? Let me make it 1 plus 0. So the incrementing part is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will carry on from onwards. Then it will be 5, then it will be 6 for the roll. So this is our I, this portion. You can see that this is our I, is this, and the increment part, that is the this one, is our increment part, all this. So now we can have a basic idea of creating the relation. So J will have a condition, that is the inner loop condition will be something like this, that I plus the increment part, right? Now this increment part, this portion, this is the increment part. So let me clear. We can see that I have written the rows number and the column number, and we are establishing the relation. And we have seen that we have a relation something like j is less than equal to I plus some increment part. So for the very first row, there will be 1 plus 0 increment. For the next row, we will be incrementing the stars by 1. For the third row, 3 plus 2. For the fourth row, 4 plus 3. And for the fifth, 4 plus 4. And similarly, it will go on. Now, so we observe that this is our increment part, this portion. This portion is the increment part. This one, this. We establish a relation. Now this increment I is the row plus the increment in. This has to start from the initial value, that is 0. This has to be a 0, and it will be incremented in the subsequent I value. So we will be having a generalized formula of I plus increment, where n will go on from 0 to 1, 2, like this, up to the specified number of rows. So let us write the both the loops, and let us move to the coding part now. So before moving to the coding part, let me write the brief outer and the inner loop. Now let us try to write the code part. So this we have to declare before the writing of the outer loop, and then we will start with our outer loop. So it will be int I equal to 1 and I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus. Then and inside this again we will have to write the inner loop condition, which will be for int j equal to 1 and j is less than equal to I plus the increment variable, this one I and c, and j plus plus. Then opening the braces for the next line. Simply I am writing SOP right now, and this will be star. Then let us close our loop, the inner loop. Now, after moving to our next loop, we will have to increment our variable, that is the inc variable, by 1. Inc plus 1. Okay, and at the same time, we will have to move our cursor to the very next line. So S, O, and PLN, system.out.print, and that's it. That will be our loop, and then we will have to close our inner loop, outer loop. So this is the coding part. I think you got my point. So whenever we write our program and we see the pattern which is not of the square form, we try to establish a relation increment equal to 0. In this case, there is a relation. You can see that this relation is something like I is equal to INC, right? You can see. So always try to establish a relation for such pattern. Now let us move to our code structure. Let's create a new class. Start pattern 04. Okay. Now let me remove all the default compiled code. Now I will remove all the default compiled code. Now we have to write the public static void main method. So public static void main string args. Now let us write the sets of code. So for now, before writing the for, we will have to have an inc, that is the increment variable, that has to be initialized by 0. And now let us write int I is less than equal to 5 and I plus plus, then we will have the inner loop for int j equal to 1, j is less than equal to I plus inc variable, and j plus plus. Now we will be printing the stars within the j inner loop. So system dot out dot print, and it will be star. And after the completion of the inner loop, we will increase our inc variable to 1. And similarly, we will have to move to the cursor to the next line. So system dot out dot println. So this is the program. Now let us compile our program and run our code. See, there is no syntax error. So let us move to our output now. So right click, void main. Okay, you can see exactly we are getting our pattern. Now let us try to generalize our program by using the scanner class. Sc equal to new scanner system.in. Now as you know, I have told you about the scanner class in my video, so I recommend you to watch that session as well, where I have told you all about the scanner class and its basic. So I won't be repeating that session. If you haven't watched that scanner class video, I would highly recommend you to watch that first. So this will be sc dot next int. Now before that, we will have to give the user a message that how many rows you want to have. So let me give a message, enter the number of rows, and we are storing that row into the row value. And now since we have used the scanner class, we have to import the java.util package. The import java.util.star. Now we will be replacing that row value into our outer loop condition. We have replaced it. So our program is ready. Let us compile it now. There is no syntax error. Let us close and run it once more time. Right click, void main. Okay, so it is asking for the number of rows we want to print. So let me give right now 5. So you can let us optimize our code. Now we can furthermore optimize our code. So how we can optimize our code? If you observe, we have the inc variable. Now we don't need this inc variable. Instead, we will establish a relation between the inc variable, that is the increment variable, and I itself. Now let us have a look. This is the I portion, this and this one, and this is the increment. Now we observe that for every I variable, the increment variable is one less than that of current I. See, If we have a I variable as 1, then the increment variable is 0. Likewise, we can see that if we have I value as 2, then the increment variable is just 1 less than that of I. So we can write that I and C is nothing but less than I by 1. So we will replace this portion into our we will replace this portion into our condition. So the condition will become something like this: less than equal to I plus I minus 1. This portion is being replaced by this condition. So you got my point. For condition J will be having the expression something like J less than equal to, now I plus I is nothing but 2I and minus 1. So the overall condition of the inner loop will be something like J is less than equal to 2 into I minus 1. So let us optimize our code now, and we will move to the coding part, and we will remove our inc variable with this condition. So we don't require the inc variable, and that will be the fully optimized. So let us make the necessary changes. So we don't need this inc variable instruction. So I am removing the inc variable, and we will be replacing it I. This will be I minus 1. So overall it will become 2 into I, and let us put smaller brackets. So let us put it in the smaller bracket. So our program is fully optimized, and let us remove this portion as well. It will work very fine. Let us compile our code and run the script so that okay. So again it is, I'm running the program, so it is asking for the number of rows. Let us give 5. See, we are get. Now let us run with different set of value. Now let us give 10. See,